Hey board game enthusiasts, welcome back to Dice Treasures, your go-to destination for all things tabletop gaming. Today we've got something truly special on the table, a game that will take you straight into the heart of World War II intrigue and strategy. I'm talking about none other than the other side of the hill, and I would like to say thank you to the game developers who sent me this wonderful game prototype. The other side of the hill is Heavy Box, and it is captivating board game that immerses you in a power struggle within Germany's high command during World War II. In this game, up to 4 players assume the role of military leaders, each representing different factions within Germany's military machine. Players collaborate and compete at the same time as they manage Germany's military strategy, aiming to gain prestige by advancing the careers of their favorite commanders and securing victories in that way. So, the game simulates complex dynamics of power struggle within Germany's high command as you pursue hidden objectives on behalf of various interest groups, such, for example, like technologically oriented professionals, the traditional old guard, or even anti-Nazi dissidents. Yeah, it's an amazing game. Game is wonderful as it offers competitive gameplay for 2, 3, or 4 players, as well as cooperative, semi-cooperative, and solo mode as well. Yeah. Solo mode is here! Yay! Talking about multiplayer mode, you must compete with other players, but at the same time you must cooperate with them to ensure the Germany's survival. As you will witness in this video, playing cards provide fascinating historical detail on real-life Germans, generals, strategic directives, wartime events, and personalities of the Black Orchestra plot to assassinate Hitler. Yeah, Black Orchestra is included in this game. Yeah, that feature is there. So stay tuned as we will take a sneak peek at the game's components right now. So let's open the box, and while I open this wonderful box, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring notification bell so you will never miss out of the latest and greatest in the world of tabletop gaming. So, first thing that looks at us is this wonderful rulebook for competitive play. This game has 2 rulebooks. This one is for competitive play. This is for multiplayer, and another rulebook is for solitaire and cooperative play. Okay, let's take a sneak peek on the rulebook itself. Paper quality is absolutely amazing, and before we carry on, I would like to remind that it is only a prototype and components may be different from the final version. Nevertheless, as you will witness in this video, they are well crafted and they are cool, and some of them are just top notch. Okay, and rulebook itself is very nicely made. The paper quality is good, it's glossy paper, and its color print layout is very comprehensive and logical. All starts with introduction, how to read rules, game components, description and explanation of each and every component, then glossary, and then general course how to play, housekeeping rules, managing cards, managing armies, area control, and all these kind of things we will cover in the video about how to set up the game and how to play the game. Today we will gonna take only sneak peek, only first look at the game, at game components, at their quality, how they look, and a little bit about what are they representing. So yeah, rulebook is very nicely made. Political directive segment explained, for example, movement segment explained, military directive segment, strategic warfare segment, command segment, etc., etc. It's very nicely made. color print, glossy paper, and I read a part of that, and it's very clear language, very understandable. However, the game itself is rated as a 4 out of 5 in a rating by complexity, so quite complex game, but nevertheless rules are explained in very clear fashion. Next, what we have here is a playbook. Essentially, it is a campaign book which helps you, which tells you how to set up your game for each and every single campaign which we have in this game. So, and it states what are initial conditions and parameters of the setup when you're setting up the game for each campaign. So basically it is campaign book which dictates each and single campaign. Next one, we have 4 player boards. For solitary mode, you must use backside of a player 1 board. So let's take a quick look at the board itself. Here you have a section for a high command, then you have a section for agenda, for general markers, for available generals, then for activated generals and generals in command, and for black orchestra cards as well. Yeah, and this is a player 1 playboard which you turn on the other side if you play solo. Alright, let's carry on. Alright, the next thingy what we have here, these are player aids. We have 4 of them. There are loads of things in them. I will not go through all of that stuff, but let's just take a glimpse what's inside. The general highlights. Administrative phase, operation phase explained, steps of each of them. Then new year phase, combat resolution, how you resolve combat, table 1, combat resolution, table 2, strategic warfare, things like that. Next component what we have in this box is this setup aid, laid out in a table format for each and every area and every year. It's double-sided, it's very comprehensive, very nicely made, and could as well go as a final version quality thing. Yeah, all these components are so far they are very nicely made, and although they are only prototypes and their appearance may change in a final version, right now they are very good quality. As you will gonna see, you will be amazed about cards. So let's carry on. Next wonderful component is this one. These are markers. So let's put the box with all these components a little bit aside, because let's take a look at the general markers. Each general marker is divided into the sections. Here we have a general's name on the upper row. Then we have a general's portrait. Then we have entry year. Then with a blue number there is indicated the seniority factor. Then with a red confidence factor, and this symbol represents interest group. And there are a lot of different other markers for different game purposes, which you will gonna witness in later on in this video, later on when we will gonna take a look at the board itself. Next, what we have here are these wooden playing pieces. Let's start with the cubes. These represent different armies. So let's put a tray here, and I will little bit explain about each and every color. So black color cubes represent panzer armies, gray cubes represent regular armies, and yellow cubes represent satellite armies. White cubes are meant for reduced armies. So 4 colors, 4 different color cubes, and their quality is very good. They are very well made. I love them. They are shiny, they are light, and they are very precisely made. You know, easily they can go for final version component easily, but it is prototype. Next one, we have 3 different color discs, and these discs are meant blue. They are meant for Western Allies. Black are meant for Axis, and red ones for Soviets. Quality is alright, okay for prototype. Yeah, again, nicely made. They are wooden. Color is good. They feel good in a hand. And then we have a bunch of pawns. These are combat pawns. Black are meant for Axis land. Oops. Blue, these are Axis amphibious pawns. We have 2 of them. And then red, these are combat pawns for allies. And the quality is again good. And the quality can go for final version easily. They are well made. Again, good quality, good color. They feel good, and you know, that size is right. You don't need them bigger, you don't need them smaller, right size. And now, history fans, seriously hold on to your seats, because these playing cards are not just for show. They are treasure trove of the historical nuggets. Imagine diving into the world of German generals, strategic directives, and the clandestine Black Orchestra plot to assassinate Hitler. Yeah, all is that, and you will be amazed how good those cards are, how greatly they are made. It's not just a game, it's a historical lesson in the most immersive way possible. So, let's go and let's take a look. Take a look at these beautifully made cards. They are absolutely fascinating, and it's only starting. Other cards are even more historically just stunning. Look at these historical pictures. They are real portraits of real history generals from the German military. Alright, let's take a closer look at the card. Each card represents a general with a portrait and a name. This number is a seniority factor. That one, the red one, is a confidence factor. Then we have entry year, and then we have interest group, which is represented by a general. There are different interest groups in this game, and each general belongs to some of these groups. Then we have a setup code, these numbers. Then we have a combat rules with icons over here. And then we have a special rules. Next we have these strategic event cards, and look at those pictures. They are historical pictures, they are real pictures put on these cards, and you know, they immerse you in that World War II mood. They build that theme and feeling of World War II events while you're touching them, while reading them, and while you're playing them. Absolutely great piece of artwork, and yeah, game development. Great. Absolutely great. I love them. So each card represents some strategic event during the World War II. There is a name of the event, then we have an entry year, and then we have a description, what that card does. Next we have a combat cards, and these are as well very nicely made. Look at these historical pictures. As I said, they immerse you in that mood of World War II. Let's take a sneak peek at all of them, because they are brilliant. These are historical pictures from real history archives. These are not fake. Absolutely stunning. Quality is good. I should remind you that this is only prototype, but quality is good and the layout is nice and the artwork is stunning. Next we have military directive cards and they look like that. I suspect that these pictures are not taken from archive. Probably they are, probably not, but there are a lot of cards with colorful pictures, with a column maps. So I'm not sure, but I would be much more happier if the cards would contain at least a black and white picture. This is a small nuance, but yeah, this is my personal preference. This is a little bit goes away from that World War II black and white photo mood, which is expressed all over the other cards. But overall information on these cards is laid out nicely and understandable, a very consumable way. Another deck of cards is this one. These are political directives and they look again stunningly historical. All these historical pictures, look at that. That's what I said. This game will immerse you in that World War II mood. It's like a history lesson. Yeah, it is. These are not just words. Because playing these games, you can learn a lot about history, especially playing games like this one, which is based on real historical events. So yeah, these cards are, again, 10 out of 10. Very nicely made. I love them. And then we have political directive cards, similar principle. Let's take a look at the pictures because they are stunning. U-boat, for example, another U-boat, U-boat base, strategic bombers, factories, new units, jet fighters, Atlantic Wall is represented here. Yeah, tigers and panthers production, and yeah, this is very nice, very nice. Army expansion, etc. And Project U weapons, not U, sorry, V weapons, Wonder weapons, and Volkssturm. Yeah, all historical events with these production directives are covered as well. Yeah, and then we have a combat deck. These red cards. This is a combat deck. There are no pictures, none of them, but they resolve different combat issues. Quality is good. They are firm, glossy, durable. Yeah. If you put these in sleeves, they can, you know, they can serve you for years and years and years. And even if you're not putting them in the sleeves, they are good quality and they must serve you a very decent amount of years. Next deck is this one. This is small deck, only 4 cards. These are section cards. These are not used when you play solo mode. These are used only in competitive multiplayer mode. Double-sided, again with different effects described. And again, they have these wonderful historical pictures. And these are agenda cards. Again, small deck, only 5 cards with nice historical pictures on them. And again, effects. Oh, and I a little bit lied to you. Sorry for that. I just missed this deck. And this is that Black Orchestra deck. Yeah. This represents the conspiracy to assassinate Hitler. These are historical photos here. And again, effect described what each of these cards does. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and then we have dice. We have 4 gray dice. They represent Axis regular armies. Then we have 2 black dice. They represent Axis Panzer armies. Then we have 4 white dice. These 4 white dice, they represent Axis reduced armies. Then 2 6-sided dice, and on one side of them there's eagle. There's a count from 1 to 5, and then you have eagle on one side. So let's put them aside. Then we have yellow combat dice, and these dice represent Axis satellite armies. Blue dice, blue combat dice, represent Western allies. Very nicely made, absolutely fine quality. They are rounded on corners. I love rounded dice. They rolling very good. Some dice don't have rounded edges, but these have, and this game have these rounded dice. And finally we have red combat dice for Soviets. But wait, there's more. Look at this historical picture. You may wonder, what is that? That's the back of the game board. Yes, although it is only a prototype of the game, some of its components are top-notch, and the attention to the detail is simply mind-blowing. Look at that, we've got all these beautifully crafted cards that plunged us into the ocean of the World War II mood, with their real-life historical details, with those beautiful photos from history events, from generals, etc. And now we have this masterpiece, a game board that's practically a work of art. It's like stepping back in time. Okay, let's take it out of the box, because I cannot wait to show that masterpiece to you. And when you take out your game board out of the box, you have this one. Again, the other side of the heel, this title nicely printed on the bottom of the box. It's nice. And now, when this box is empty, now I can show you the side of the box, because the box is very heavy, and there are a lot of components in there. And here on the 1, 2, 3 sides of the box we have those German generals, most prominent ones, yeah, from the history. And these are again historical pictures. Nice artwork, really nicely made box. Alright, and then we have this wonderful game board. On the upper section here, upper panel, shows us a turn track. Here we're tracking our turns with operations and administrative phase. Then we have a resource track. We're tracking production here with these markers. Then we have a project track where we're tracking our projects, and when project is completed, then you turn token, and then you got bonuses obviously from that. Fanaticism track, unrest track. Here is a force pool, satellite, Axis satellite armies. We have different nations over here. And then we have a USSR commitment track, US commitment track. And then we have a general track on left side here, left lower side, and on bottom side. Board depicts Europe. This is Europe map, which is divided into 3 sections: western section, southern section, and eastern section, with corresponding colors. Each section contains these blocks. These blocks represent either whole country or region. For example, this is Belgium, this is southern France, this is Poland, Moscow. Moscow, for example, has a separate block, Germans block, southern Italy, etc. Greece. So, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, let's take a look at one of such box, just to take a glimpse what is what's depicted there. As you notice that these boxes, these regions are connected with the lines. These are landlines, but some of them are connected with a kind of dotted line, and that's mean that they are not kind of adjacent. That's mean they are connected by some significant water body, like for example sea. All right, let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at southern France, for example. If you have army group head assigned to that region, then obviously you place that army group commander head over here. Then you have partisan activity, stocking limit, and these are landing threats. These amphibious landing crafts represent landing threats from the allies. Then this is a box where you place your forces, like kind of upper section of that of this box. This upper section, you place your forces there. This section represents alignment, and you track your alignment with these markers. If alignment is disputed, we put this side of this marker. If it's aligned to the Soviet side, then of course we put Soviet. If it's aligned to Western side, then we put Western marker here. And if it's satellite country aligned, then we put satellite. And if it's occupied, we put this it's kind of a German flag or something like that. It states occupied. Then we have these areas. In this big area, in this, for example, southern France, we have three small areas, which is Marseille, Metz, and Frankfurt. They represent the biggest cities. You must be very careful with these Festung sectors, these. If they are occupied by allies, then you have a big problem in this game. That means it increases the chance of loss very significantly. Overall, the other side of the hill is a dynamic experience with options for every kind of player. Whether you are lone wolf in solitary mood or you are keen to form uneasy alliances in semi-cooperative play or going head-to-head in a fierce competition for up to 4 players, this game has it all. Yeah, there are all of these modes: cooperation, competition, and the solo gameplay as well. So, history enthusiasts, I can see that you are ready to embark on a journey through the power struggle of the Germans' high command, isn't it? The other side of the hill is waiting for you, and trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Stay tuned for in-depth setup guide and how to play episodes. Thank you for joining me on digging out this wonderful board game treasure. If you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel and hit notification bell to be always informed about new episodes. And until next time, play on, stay epic, and may your dice rolls be ever in your favor. This is the Dice Treasures signing off, and game is on.